Hi and welcome back to ND Puzzles. As you seem to like the last build video I uploaded, I decided to get another one out pretty soon. This time I'll show you how we built this spooky 1x2x3. The puzzle was designed by Nico as one of his first designs. Now, almost half a year later, we were finally able to print it. It is a 1x2x3 puzzle transformed into a cube with random angles. The result is a pretty confusing looking puzzle, which has a very simple mechanism. The name obviously is an allusion to the ghost cube. In contrast to that one, there are some symmetric pieces and every move is available right from the beginning. The strange transformations still look kind of spooky, which is why Nico called it that name. The mechanism of this puzzle is quite similar to the one I have used on my 1x2x3 cone. In case you haven't guessed it up to now, this is yet another print-in-place puzzle. As we didn't want to deal with screws, we gave that approach another try, and it turned out pretty well. So here is how we created the puzzle. After the design, we started to print the puzzle. Compared to other print-in-place puzzles I've done before, this one is quite large. That made the print time quite long. On lowered standards and a layer height of 0.3 mm, this puzzle took 6 hours to print. It required a lot of support material and the odd angles didn't make it much easier to place it on the build plate. Throughout the whole print I was very nervous as I wasn't 100% sure that it would work out. I was afraid that it might just turn out as one giant melted block. Finally, after the printer was done, I removed the puzzle from the build plate and started to remove the support material. That was done in just a few minutes, but after that I worked on the puzzle for almost an hour to somehow break the pieces apart. I literally impaled the cube with my spatula and a knife, but it just didn't want to get apart. I really had to apply a ton of force to break the pieces free, which obviously had been slightly melted together on the inside of the puzzle. The 1x2 layers were easy to get free, but I almost gave up on the larger rotation axis. Eventually I was able to get it free anyways and continued with the build. As I had to use some markers to place the object correctly in my slicer, I was left with holes in the surface of the puzzle after removing them. Besides that, the surface was quite rough due to the support material. I used some sandpaper to smoothen all external faces of the puzzle before applying the stickers. The internal pieces were not sanded as I wanted to keep some friction there to avoid loose pieces. I used different grits of sandpaper and finished the sanding process with a high-grain sponge sanding thing, which I also used to knock off some edges that were not as round as I wanted them to be. When I was done, I made sure that the pieces felt smooth and was very satisfied with the result. I compared the pieces with a piece that was not sanded. My puzzle had a better surface but had lost that nice black color it had right off the print. So I tried to get that one back by using a trick Nathan Wilson has recently shown on his channel. He used WD-40 to repair the color of sanded epoxy sculpt. I wanted to give this method a try and tested it on my sanded 3D printed puzzle. After I had sprayed on some liquid and rubbed it in, the puzzle darkened again. That effect was mainly kept after the silicone spray had dried. For the stickering process, I printed some templates. In the past, I've usually just created a template by hand. Those were fast to make, but often not as precise as I wanted them to be. So I tried to print those templates to improve my sticker quality. I used them to get straight lines which I later cut out with a pair of scissors. This stickering process took some time, but with some music it is quite a relaxing part of the build. And it's done. I'm really happy with how this puzzle turned out and think that is one of our best puzzles when it comes to the appearance. Oscar's sticker material looks awesome again and was great to work with. Only those two tiny stickers fell off, which is why I later glued them in place. I somehow must have lost one while playing with the puzzle in the garden. Anyways, I'm really happy with this puzzle. The solve you've just seen is very easy, but it is still a very fun puzzle to play around with. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing to our channel. We already have some other crazy projects which we will show to you soon. So thank you for watching this video and see you again next time. Bye.